You know that moment when something starts to feel real? When going with the flow turns into fighting for survival? That's where part 2 begins. Because now, Ji-yeong isn't just cooking to impress the royal family. She's cooking while falling for a king everyone wants to overthrow. And every dish she makes doesn't just risk her life, it risks the entire kingdom. So let's get into Bon Appetit, Your Majesty, part 2, where love, politics, and sabotage all boil over at once. Ji-yeong spends the entire night awake, still thrown off by Yeon-suk's kiss. And honestly, you can feel how conflicted she is, because anger is way easier than admitting that she was shaken. She vents her anger by pounding potluck liver as if it was him, turning it into a hangover soup. When Yeon-suk tastes it the next morning, he's ready to compliment her until he sees her glare. Confused, he asks what happened last night, and Ji-yeong snaps back that he's so not her type, storming off. Only then does Yeon-suk's subject tells him that he kissed her, leaving him flustered and pretending ignorance. Outside, Ji-yeong runs into Yeon-suk's guard, Konji, and thanks him for saving Cheongi, and is told that the attacker wore palace guard clothing. Later, Konji uncovers evidence linking the attack to Moju's fraction. Meanwhile, Yeon-suk is buried in reports. The Ming envoys are arriving, and ministers want to lavish them with silver. He angrily orders a simpler reception so as not to waste taxpayer money, unknowingly planting seeds of political trouble. A spy investigating his mother's death resurfaces, once thought dead, but is still being hunted. Yeon-suk is haunted by memories of her poisoning, and he grows restless. He avoids Moju and instinctively drifts towards Ji-yeong, though he still locks himself away, refusing food. Ji-yeong tries to reach him with dishes, French omelette rice, delicate fish, but he rejects them all. She tries everything, and nothing works until she makes chicken soup. And the second he tastes it, you can see it. This is pure comfort. Starving, Yeon-suk devours it, smiling for the first time in days. Ji-yeong bounces away happily, with Yeon-suk watching her, heart racing. Elsewhere, Konji discovers that the assassin is still alive, and Moju schemes to humiliate Ji-yeong by forcing her to cook against her. Ji-yeong crafts golden beef cutlets with tangy sauce and fried burdock root to balance the richness. Moju presents her own elaborate dish, but Yeon-suk and the ministers are blown away by Ji-yeong's flavors and her clever metaphor. Bitter burdock roots symbolize hidden strength beyond appearances. Moju's plate goes untouched. Yeon-suk rewards Ji-yeong, asking what she desires. She simply says, fresh ingredients make her happiest. He notes this carefully, and that night, he records her cutlet recipe in his journal, realizing that her optimism and kindness are changing him. Soon after, Ji-yeong is taken to the royal greenhouse, one of the world's earliest. She marvels at the plants, especially red chili peppers, which Joseon people feared as poison. Yeon-suk also surprises her by returning her lost bag. Overwhelmed, Ji-yeong hugs him, crying with relief. Yeon-suk apologizes for the kiss, fumbling to say that he just likes her cooking. Nervous, he stumbles backward, nearly falling, until Ji-yeong grabs his hand. Ji-yeong collapses into Yeon-suk's arms, quickly pulling away with a scraped palm. Yeon-suk tenderly blows on her wound like a child, then orders that all kitchen knives should be dulled for her safety. Ji-yeong refuses, insisting that she must return to her own world now, since she got her bag back. But when she empties it, the recipe book and her phone are both gone. Panic sets in. Without the book, she can't go home. Yeon-suk promises to send men to search near the cliff, trying to calm her. Dejected, Ji-yeong joins the other chefs drinking new rice wine. Tipsy, she improvises a song about her lost way home, with the chefs dancing along. When she sobers up, a new task awaits. Ming envoys have arrived, and the palace must prepare snacks. Knowing foreign guests tire easily, Ji-yeong decides on something sweet. Using her homemade butter, she creates colorful macarons with black sesame shells and creamy fillings. The envoys are delighted, their fatigue swept away by the playful flavors. Even Yeon-suk's eyes brighten as he tastes one. Impressed, the envoys propose a cooking duel between Ming chefs and Joseon chefs. If Joseon loses, Ming will gain ginseng mining rights. Ji-yeong freezes here, and I remember thinking, this is the moment that's going to blow up in their faces, because Yeon-suk agrees before she can stop him. Furious, Ji-yeong confronts him privately, but can only scold him before giving in, since it's too late anyways. Word spreads fast. The Grand Prince seizes the chance, tasting Ji-yeong's macarons with Moju. These two are in cahoots. Though secretly impressed, he pretends disdain, saying such sweets would disgrace Joseon in front of Ming. He schemes for Ji-yeong to lose, promising Moju that she can have Ji-yeong's hands if she fails. Moju orders her spies to sabotage Ji-yeong in the duel. Meanwhile, Ming officials are whispering that Yeon-suk is unstable, plagued by hallucinations. The rumor gets ministers starting to plot to depose him, bribing the envoy with silver and threatening him with records of corruption so he would go along with it. The envoy's chef, who's skilled in martial arts, is spotted by Kanji, who narrowly escapes pursuit. The whole thing smells fishy. Preparing for the duel, Ji-yeong rallies the chefs with the secret weapon, chili paste. Though chili is feared as poison in Joseon, she believes it will shock Ming palates. She asks Yeon-suk for permission to travel to the market. Overjoyed, he insists on accompanying her. He even dons her in new travel clothes, flustered by how radiant she looks. At the market, Ji-yeong spots a jade pendant identical to the one on Wang Yong-ru. Too poor to buy it though, she leaves, but Yeon-suk secretly purchases it. Then rain comes pouring down, and back at the palace, Chungi struggles to save soaked chili peppers. A Ming female chef arrives, mocking their chaos and challenging them to a knife duel. She defeats every Joseon chef, even the best. Ji-yeong finds the team demoralized, but cheers them on, vowing to lead them to victory. Then the duel themes are drawn. Round 1, meat unseen. Invent a new meat dish never seen before. Round 2, wings of change. Cook each other's national cuisine. Round 3, rain soup. Recreate a ginseng soup, Ming's specialty. The odds are stacked against Joseon. As Ji-yeong sharpens her knives, she glances at a pressure cooker design, determination burning in her eyes. Ji-yeong reveals her plans for the third round, a rich ginseng chicken soup cooked in a pressure cooker. But first, she needs the impossible, a custom cast iron pressure pot. Only one inventor in all of Joseon can make it in this era. Yeon-suk reluctantly sends Ji-yeong with escorts to find the inventor, but fear of missing out drives him to follow in secret. At the inventor's workshop, they trigger a trap, a popcorn cannon, but escape unharmed. He refuses to help, bitter towards palace officials. Ji-yeong cleverly suggests adding sugar to his popcorn, winning his attention. Over food and heartfelt persuasion, she convinces him to build the pot for her, promising instead of giving away ginseng rights, Joseon will win and they will import Ming sugarcane so his dream of feeding the people can come true. Just as the pot is finished, assassins sent by the Grand Prince attack. The inventor fights back with his various gadgets, but Ji-yeong and Yeon-suk are cornered. Yeon-suk is wounded, protecting her, until reinforcements arrive. Ji-yeong faints from shock, and Yeon-suk feels guilty for dragging her into danger. Back at the palace, the duel begins. Round 1. Create a meat dish never seen before. Ji-yeong improvises when her chili powder vanishes. turning braised ribs into a French-style red wine stew with pumpkin puree. The Ming chefs present kung pao chicken, fiery and sweet. Ji-yeong realizes the stolen chili powder is actually hers. After a tense debate, the round ends in a draw. Round 2. Cook each other's national cuisine. Ming chef White Dragon crafts lotus leaf rice, fragrant and symbolic. Ji-yeong wants to prepare Pecking duck, blowing air under the skin for crispiness, pairing duck rolls with sesame sauce and sugar-dipped skin. Disaster strikes when Moju forces a Joseon chef to sabotage his own team. He chooses to injure himself as a way to take himself out of the competition. Chung-gi steps up, recalling training received in preparation for this exact moment, and she slices the ducks perfectly. The dish dazzles the judge, crisp, sweet, and deeply moving. The Ming dish impresses with elegance and symbolism, while Ji-yeong's roast duck stuns with flavor and emotion. However, the Ming envoy scores the dish unfairly, giving Ming a high score and Joseon a low one, very biased. Yeon-suk erupts, accusing them of cheating. To salvage honor, he orders chefs from both sides to taste each other's food and score. Ji-yeong and White Dragon both admit that they cannot judge their own dishes, showing mutual respect for their skills. The round is declared another draw. With 2 rounds tied, the pressure mounts because if the third round also ends in a tie, Ming automatically wins. These episodes showcase Ji-yeong's resilience and creativity under sabotage, from inventing a pressure cooker to reinventing French braised ribs and Pecking duck. She proves modern cooking can stand against Ming's long-standing traditions. Yeon-suk's protectiveness over her deepens, while Moju and her gang schemes grow darker. With 2 rounds tied, the final ginseng soup battle will decide Joseon's fate. And that's part 2. 2 rounds tied, 1 final dish left. If Ji-yeong loses the ginseng soup battle, Joseon loses everything. Part 3 is where it all explodes. I'll see you there on Dramas and Pajamas.